Welcome back to Musketeers Hockey for the Coach's Corner. I'm Jordan Berger. With me is Musketeers head coach and GM Luke Strand. Coach, sporting a little bit of a shiner there. It's playoff hockey, I guess.
It's that time of year, right? No, we'll stick in practice, so that's part of the deal. It's coach hard, play hard, I guess.
Yeah, I see there. My boys come home for 6 of their next 7 after a great road trip out east to Indiana and Muskegon, and you take 3 of 4 points, 4-1-1 in your last 6, and especially that emphatic 8-4 win on Saturday over the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, it's got to be just another step, right? It can't be something we hang our hat on, and I was pleased with our effort. I was pleased with our response from the night before. It's a tough trip. There's a lot of travel. But I felt that the guys really competed as a team.
And 18 goals in the last 4 games, and we talked about leading into that Muskegon game. The team gives up a ton of goals, and then the offense, the forwards getting contributions up and down the lineup, and those guys have been producing well lately. The forwards have.
Yeah, it's we talked a lot about having some passion as an offensive group, and really having a passion to get to the net. Pay the price it's going to take to get around that area, and at the same time with a little more attack speed. I felt on Friday I hats off to Indy because I think they do a good job about where their D are good, their gap is good, they back pressure pucks very well. But I didn't feel we moved our feet as well as we should have, and our guys responded on Saturday to that challenge. And at the same time, we shot way more pucks. We attempted like 76 shots on Saturday night, and that's got to be an emphasis for us that we just continue to grow that way.
And your team also responded physically. Muskegon, a big, tough team, and when things turned ugly in the third period, the guys stuck up for themselves, stuck up for their teammates, and that was really nice to see in the third.
Yeah, it's kind of been a characteristic of our group, and when we do have good battling games like that, our group tends to rise to the top. So the more we can keep that in our mindset and have that be a forefront of our group, it's been a helpful way we play.
And you had a nice meeting with the guys before that Muskegon game and talk about that final segment, final 10 games, and it seemed like the guys just really responded to your message there.
Yeah, it's one step, right? There's 10 to go and or 9 to go, and we got to make everyone count, and you can't be happy with one and then let another one pass you by. So we want to continue to grow here. And 10 games is a big piece of the puzzle. I mean, these last 10 games, you never want to. If you do make the playoffs, you don't want to go in limping, and if you don't make the playoffs, you want to be playing your best hockey. And it's just an important time of year for right now that we all respond to challenge.
And certainly important this time of year that your star players step up. Carpenter, the captain's been terrific lately. Caleb Herbert with a hat trick, 4 points, and George Schmaltz was named the Defensive Player of the Week this week, and 3-point game, but more than that, he's +6 in his last 5 and really doing a great job in his own end.
Yeah, I think the group has responded that way. As a team, I think we played just a little bit tighter together and put more onus on our group that way. And hats off to Schmaltz with the honor, and it's probably well deserved. At the same time, what makes him effective is his offensive patience, but he shot way more pucks, got way more involved, and you get a Herbert to go out and Herb came to me and said he wasn't feeling it, but it sure looked like he was feeling it that night. And then Carby's effort is A1 usually every time he's on the ice, so it's a bonus. But you do need those players this time of year to be your go-to guys, and it's going to be something we strive for every night.
And those guys certainly had an instrumental effect in the special teams turnaround, 3 power play goals in that game. And you finished 0-for-7 against Indy, but you could kind of see this coming a little bit. I think the power play has been a lot more effective, even though they maybe haven't been scoring as much, but they really broke out in the Muskegon game. And what'd you like about the power play especially?
I thought that our guys, I thought there was a group of 5. It wasn't one at a time, and all the way from one end of the rink to the other end, it took everybody to get the puck in, it took everybody to get a puck back. I thought we recovered pucks very well. And then I thought we just had way more of an attack mode about what we did, as far as we didn't have to be the cutest, prettiest play. We ended up getting a little bit harder and a little bit more desperate and passionate about being offensive that way. So if we can continue that part, it's going to be a growing trend. I think it leaks into your offense 5-on-5, and if your offense 5-on-5 is that way, I think it leaks into your power play that way as well.
And special teams will certainly play a big role tomorrow night against Omaha as the Lancers come to town for the final game of the season series, and just a really good structured team. And just what do you think is going to be the biggest key against this real solid Lancer team?
Well, I think Bliss does a great job with this team. I think his group stays together. They play a team game. They stick to their task at hand. I think for our group, we got to go out and outwork them. I think we want to be physically as demanding as we've been all year, and see if we can't, crack an egg that way. I know, you look all the way back to our first game with them, and there was a very tough battle, and some games that have got away from us have been maybe some special team issues. So we got to shore up those parts and just make sure we're all on the same page here for 60 minutes. And it's a division foe and a very good one, and we look forward to that challenge.
And lastly, Matt Scoff starts his 7th and 8th consecutive games over the weekend, finishes 1-0-1, and Scoff for 4-1-1, and certainly instrumental in your hot play of late.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have a good team, and you got to have a hot goalie, and we don't need him to make a huge amount of saves usually per night. So the fact he's responded very well I think we found him very effective in a lot of areas, and it's just really consistent about what he's been doing for 60 minutes a night. So it's going to be something we're going to press on, and you want that as you approach this time of year. Your goaltender to be maybe your best player, and right now Scoffer's been way up there.
Thanks, Coach. Go get him tomorrow night.
Thank you.
That's Musketeers head coach Luke Strand. Again, the Muskies in action tomorrow night, Tuesday, March 22nd, against the rival Omaha Lancers. To come down to the bar and support the guys. Puck drops at 7:05.